All right, it looks like we are live. Good afternoon, Amber. It's good to see you.
Hi, good to see you too.
So there is, I feel like every week I keep thinking we're not going to have that much to talk about because we do this every week, and it's not actually the case. It's actually every week there's more and more stuff going on, more and more to talk about. And I know there's big things happening in lending. Amber and I were just talking about that. There's big things happening within the economy, within real estate, within a whole bunch of stuff. So with that said, I'm just going to dive right in. I'm going to try to really kind of go through some stuff quickly. And I know, Amber, what she's going to be a teaser talking about appraisals. We need to have these conversations because it's a big deal. Where I want to start a little bit is with the economy, and more economists are talking about what's called the K-shaped recovery. And it is basically things are awesome for the people that have their jobs and saving money and all that, and then things are not awesome for people who've lost their jobs, haven't been able to save money. A lot of people work in the service sector, and that's kind of where it's, and Elliott Pollack, who's a local real estate consultant and economist, he calls it, we are looking at a have and have not economy. So it's essentially two simultaneous economies running together, and there's going to be ripple effects on both sides. And so it's really important that, yes, real estate's awesome. I don't want to deny that. Things are great in real estate. Affordability is good, and there's activity, and some people are having their best months ever. At the same time, there's some other stuff brewing that is still, something that we need to be mindful of. And also remember, real estate's it's really pushing us in the right direction, and it's really fun to be part of, a solution. Couple things that are happening, overall economy is retail spending is up. We are up year over year. We're up month over month. All kinds of good things happening there, and I'm really excited about it. Some of the interesting ways that spending has changed is people are not paying so much for services, they're buying stuff. So it's more about, we're seeing cars, houses, clothes, things like that, but people aren't going out to the movies. They're not going to the sports events. They're not going to the opera. They're not going, to so many things there. And some new initial trend is that even though people are saving a lot of money for like weddings, people are canceling their weddings, and that $30,000 they had set up for their wedding is now going towards a down payment. So we're even seeing the shifts in that, and that is, yes, good for housing, not good for all the people that work in the wedding industry and all the jobs there. So that's something that, we just really need to be mindful of, because a lot of the small businesses are hurting a lot. And keep in mind, in Arizona, 97% of businesses in Arizona are considered small businesses. So we do need to make sure that, we're keeping a pulse on all that stuff that's happening. We're watching the unemployment numbers. Unemployment nationally did, last week, we had a jump back over 1 million for new unemployment claims. That's unfortunate. We've kind of been just, having a little bit bouncing around. In Arizona, however, we are continuing the trend of fewer and fewer new unemployment claims. The reason that we are the best performing job market, Phoenix is the best performing job market in the country, is because not that we've added more jobs, we've just lost fewer. And so that is one thing. So still have people moving here, and now it'll be interesting if, people can work and teach their kids and live wherever they want. That part, isn't necessarily directed by a geographic location. How many people are going to continue to come here? We're seeing a lot of people, even northern Arizona is getting a lot of attention. So there's a lot of things happening. While we're talking about the job front, Amazon announced it's bringing 3,500 new jobs to the Valley. That includes 500 in the tech center that's going to go in Tempe, or a tech hub, and then they're building out 150,000 square foot fulfillment center in Falcon Field and Mesa. I mean, so there's some stuff happening that is definitely going to be bringing more and more jobs to our marketplace, which is awesome. Some of the things that we're just starting to see and feel a little bit is some mortgage applications actually declined 3.3%. Amber, I don't know if you've kind of feeling any of that. That's nationally, and that's for refi and purchase applications that dropped a little bit. And I don't know if it's like the little tiny step up in interest rates or what's happening with that, but we're just trying to keep a pulse on things. It could be cyclically, the second half of the year does tend to sell less than the first half. I know our traditional cycles are not normal this year, and we're going to just be mindful of that, but we're just going to keep watching it. Where that benefits, and I know that sounds weird, but where that benefits Arizona is, when you have inventory that is like so low and just kind of doing this, like it's not going backwards, it's just not really moving up. We're kind of bouncing around between 7,900, 8,400, sometimes 8,500 listings, excluding UCB, and we really need 25,000. And so if we're having maybe a few fewer applications, not a ton, we don't want to like lose our demand or anything, but if we have it where maybe the demand isn't doing this, it's kind of, we're starting to see it's, a little bit like it's still moving up. It's just not like skyrocketing. Maybe it's going to give the opportunity for those buyers to get a house, because we don't want to have too much buyer fatigue where they're like, I'm done, I can't find a place, because we're hearing those stories where people are just, they've written 10 offers and they can't get an offer accepted. Like that's really brutal. And we want to make sure that those buyers are still having the opportunity to get into the market, because we really need to have that kind of continuous push on our market. So we do need more listings, not saying we don't need more demand. We just, we could have it where maybe they're not so separate, and they are coming together. I mean, we are seeing it where some of the trends there are coming together. I can post a couple slides that show a little bit of that. And, because that's a good thing. And, we have our national home builders confidence, what is it? The National Association of Home Builders Wells Fargo Housing Market Index, which measures the home builder confidence, and it's at 78, which is the highest reading since 1998. So, I mean, there's the confidence in the market. We know things are happening. We know things are good. Homes are more affordable than ever before. Really just some of the things that kind of the looming thing that we don't know is more along the side of commercial real estate, where it's, the offices and the whole that, but we're also talking about rentals, because 22% of single family homes in the Phoenix metro area are rentals. And and then this is a national stat, is 96% of rental owners are mom and pop businesses. So what's going to happen with the rentals, with our unemployment? We just don't know if that's going to put too much pressure on, when the moratoriums are up and lifted, when, renters can be, the eviction process starts again. We got to watch for that, because no, we don't want the mom and pop landlords, not having the money to pay their mortgages. We also want to keep renters in, homes. We don't want to have people out on the streets. And so this is going to be a very interesting time to be watching and being mindful on what happens with those rentals. And, because when you have the benefit of owning a property, even if the job's gone, there's so much equity out there. People are being able to sell their houses, make some money, and not foreclose. But what's going to happen on the rental side, we just don't know. So that's kind of one thing that we really, really need to be mindful of, and what's going on. The only other thing I really would, touch on, and this has been something I'm harping on a lot, are the schools, as we just want to see how long is this going to last? What's going to happen? How is it going to affect these kids? How is it affecting families? There was an article in Inman that talked about, buyer trends are shifting. They want home offices, they want Zoom rooms, they want homeschool classrooms. There was, very specifically, the article said, buyers are much less interested in things that used to be important: proximity to offices, shopping, urban centers, high quality public schools, and even the prestige of neighborhoods. So what does that mean on housing, and what are those conversations? I mean, this is a great time for people to be reaching out and talking to the families of kids in elementary school, saying, how is it going? what are your plans? And right now it's still awfully early. I know Amber and I talk about it all the time. We've got elementary school kids, and we were just talking about the other day, like what reopening looks like, when they're going back, what the plans are. Hopefully it all will go great and they're all healthy and learn lots and lots of stuff, but we just don't know. And I think that it's definitely going to affect housing. Okay, that was me talking as fast as I could. But, Amber, Amber, I know you want to talk about appraisals, but also before we go into that, like how are things with you and the school stuff? What are you seeing, hearing?
Making it work. Supposedly we're going back on Thursday, but we haven't really heard anything. So I don't know if that's happening or not. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting to see how this changes people's buying needs. And I think that it continues to allow you to spark a conversation with your clients of, is the house that you're in right now working for you? Is it meeting your needs? Because if it's not, this could be the best seller's market we've ever seen. And it could be time to sell your home, look to capture that equity that you've built up and transfer that into a home that does better meet your needs, coupled with these incredibly low, all-time low interest rates, and buy that forever home that you didn't think was possible, that could be possible right now. I just think there's so much opportunity in having these conversations with your clients, but we've got to reach out and really have the good detailed conversations and not the how's everything going? Oh, it's good. Okay, moving on. You need to really ask the right questions to get people to start thinking about it, because that is, I think, our biggest opportunity right now, is helping people do exactly that.
There was a chart too, and I can share this as well, that was talking about spending and affordability, and it was state by state broken down because of the rates and where we are, where our affordability matches in the past. And for Arizona, it's 2018, and it's like, wow, affordability of 2 years ago for those buyers. I mean, Amber's exactly right. Make sure it's the house that's working for you, because it is things, despite it being such a strong seller's market, with these rates, things are far more affordable than they have been in years. And I'll share the chart. There's some states that are as affordable as they were in 1995.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And yeah, I wanted to touch on appraisals because I see more and more, obviously we're doing whatever we can to win offers right now. And one of the go-tos for a long time has been to waive the appraisal contingency. But I think that pretty much every listing agent knows the game, which is, well, let's just get the appraisal ordered in the 10-day inspection window. So if it comes back low, then we can cancel. But I've seen more and more cases where that's not working out. One had a shortened inspection period, and then we thought they could do a rush appraisal, but then, last minute, the appraiser's like, oh, I have an emergency. I need 2 extra days. And they missed the window. And, another one, the listing agent just wouldn't call the appraiser back to schedule the appraisal inspection because they knew that we were trying to get it done in a certain amount of time. And so I would just, and these are large amounts of earnest money that are on the line, because a lot of agents are coming back saying, well, if you're going to waive the appraisal contingency, I'm going to ask for big earnest money. And so just be aware that the appraisal piece right now is getting dicier because appraisers are taking longer. It's one other part of the process that we have no control over. If they say it's going to be back by, Monday the 24th, but then they need an extension to the 26th, there's nothing that we can do about it, right? So just keep that in mind when you're using that as your tool for negotiation and winning the offer. I have a bunch of other really awesome ideas that might protect your buyer's earnest money a little bit more. So if you want to have any ideas, I've taught a class on how to write a winning offer where I've interviewed top agents from across the country on what they're doing to write winning offers, and I'd be happy to share some different tips with you. And that's all I had today.
Awesome. And these winning ways, these methods that she has, they work. I talk to agents every day and they're like, I did this and we got the house. So you know what? Hats off to you for putting that together, because I've seen it in action, and I know what you're talking about works, and that's awesome.
Yeah. Let me know if I can help.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Thank you. Thanks for being part of this. And, I'm so excited to hear how school goes on Thursday.
We will see.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, awesome. You know what, Amber, great information as always. Appreciate you.
Too. Yeah, you too. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your week.
You too. See you later.
Bye, everyone. Bye.